The following program is a production of HEW Entertainment and contains views, opinions, commentaries, and content that may offend some subscribers of this show. Listener discretion is advised.
It's the internet's #1 rated podcast, and it's live. HEW Entertainment Radio is heard throughout social media on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Google+. If you like what you hear, let us know in the comments of our videos on our YouTube channel, and email Jonathan at jonathanclarke2005@hotmail.com. Now, here he is.
Now streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Download our app on the App Store, Google Play, and the official website of HEW Entertainment. Once you download and install it, you'll get caught up on news, YouTube videos, and more. Download it now.
I saw your number on my phone. I said, yeah, I'm here alone. I saw the lights open the door before you rang my bell. Hey, how you been? And you leaned in and I just told myself, one little kiss never killed nobody. One little drink never wrecked no party. Thought we were over, baby, but you kept getting closer, baby. One little touch never broke no heart, girl, but I always wanna finish what you start, girl. Like a bull and it's hard to breathe. One little kiss never killed nobody but me. Ain't going out, ain't getting drunk. Don't need a shot to get messed up. I'm thumbing through pictures of you replaying all last night. Thought I'd be fine to see you one more time. One little kiss never killed nobody. One little drink never wrecked no party. Thought we were over, baby, but you kept getting closer, baby. One little touch never broke no heart, girl, but I always wanna finish what you start, girl. Now you're gone and it's hitting me like a bull and it's hard to breathe. One little kiss never killed nobody but me. Wishing I never would listen when you whispered in my ear last night when you said, baby, it's alright. One little kiss never killed nobody. One little drink never wrecked no party. Thought we were over, baby, but you kept getting closer, baby. One little touch never broke no heart, girl, but I always wanna finish what you start, girl. Now you're gone and it's hitting me like a bull and it's hard to breathe. One little kiss never killed nobody but me. Yeah, nobody but me.
I swear to the almighty and powerful Jesus that if I had the Baywatch theme song, I would have played that for you at the start of this week's commentary. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, and I'm inviting you to get in on the conversation of the first ever Baywatch movie, which hits theaters on Memorial Day in 2017. Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron are a part of this project, and this is why this movie has been hyped up so much with so much anticipation and why so many people are talking about it. The thing that gets me about this one is there's so much promotion for this movie, but but it's not even really a live-action movie. What it is a live-action comedy. So they're combining live-action with live-action comedy for the first ever Baywatch movie. Is this the formula that you want to see being brought forth for the first ever Baywatch movie in 17 years after the premiere of the series and it being such a huge success back in the 80s and 90s? I don't know what to really say about this one. The glimpses that I've seen of the trailer, which was just released actually on YouTube, the official trailer just came out a couple of days ago. The glimpses that I've seen of this, what I can make of it, I don't know really if this one is going to live up to all the hype because of just how much comedy is going to be incorporated into the script of this one. I know Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron are both very accomplished, but are they going to be able to get the job done in the first ever Baywatch live action / comedy? I really don't know. It remains to be seen. Again, the release date for that one will be Memorial Day in 2017, and with how so many people are excited and talking about it throughout social media, I thought I would put together a video commentary with somewhat of a thought to offer up to you on Baywatch, the live action movie which is coming out on Memorial Day in 2017. So many people talking about this one. Always was a fan of both Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron, so that's why I've kind of jumped on the fan wagon of the Baywatch movie. I was a huge fan of the original series. Remember when you couldn't wait for the original Baywatch series with David Hasselhoff and Pamela Anderson to come on? I was one of those people who couldn't wait for the original Baywatch series. I was so excited from episode to episode, season to season of this one. And the thing was about that series, what made it so unpredictable was you always had new cast members, you always had a change in the script and direction of the series. You didn't know what was going to happen from one minute to the next, and I was such a huge fan of the Baywatch theme song. I remember waiting for the intro of that show all the time and was so excited for it. I'm wondering who's going to be on the soundtrack of this one and who's actually going to do the remake of the Baywatch theme song. That's going to be a huge honor with how popular the original theme song was of Baywatch, and everybody used to call it Baywatch in high school. I remember when so many people used to refer to that series as Baywatch because you'd watch it just for the girls. If you had one primary reason for watching this series, it was because of people like Pamela Anderson shredding their stuff, and boy, did they ever get the job done and bring in the ratings for that series. It was definitely one of the most popular live-action shows of the 1990s, which is why I question if it really is a smart move to have this be a live-action / comedy in 2017 years after the series premiere and it being such a huge success. Do you want to get more action out of the movie, or do you want to get more of a comedy kind of feel for this one? Dwayne Johnson has always been a really great comedian. He's always been really funny on the microphone, both as a wrestler and as an actor. He's the most successful man in 2016, just recently voted and became the sexiest man alive, worth $64.5 million in just 1 year of his career in his lifetime. Over $64.5 million. That is truly unprecedented, and he was just voted the sexiest man alive. So many people had a lot of skepticism about that. They were very critical about that, but and then people were saying, you know, who would they have chosen? Picking who they would have chosen to be the sexiest man alive. How do they narrow that down? I really don't know. I know Kevin Hart was kind of really disappointed that he didn't get that honor and came so close to being voted in as the sexiest man alive for 16, but Dwayne Johnson takes that honor. And it's going to be kind of cool seeing Zac Efron back on the big screen for the first time in a long time. The last movies I remember seeing him in were in the late thousands, about 2010, 2011. And we haven't really seen anything in the way of a big screen project from Zac Efron, so this is going to be the first one coming from him in a really long time. I wasn't the biggest Zac Efron fan. I really thought he was a piece of shit back when he was starring in High School Musicals 1 through 3 for Disney and all the movies that he starred in, like 17 Again, Charlie St. Cloud. I remember that one. That was probably one of his best ones after breaking away from Disney. Was not a really big fan of Zac Efron. Had everything to do with how I was such a huge fan and supporter of Ashley Tisdale. Thought he was a piece of shit, so hopefully he will turn things around, in my opinion, around for himself in the movie Baywatch, the first live-action movie that's actually going to be attempted since the success of the series back in the 80s and 90s. And man, what a change this series went through. I remember the first season of Baywatch. I actually have the complete first season of Baywatch, and how much of a change it went through by seasons 4 or 5 of this series. We had new actors playing the lifeguards on the series. There was so much more action implemented in to the series, and this is why so many reviewers of the film so early since the release of the trailer and it became public on YouTube have jumped all over this movie because they want to see more action and more of an old school kind of feel from the original series. They want more of the original series. They want the cameos from David Hasselhoff, Pamela Anderson, and no doubt we will see that. People expecting a lot of cameos from some of the movies upcoming in 2017, especially the Power Rangers reboot in early 2017. People want to see the Jason David Franks, they want to see the David Yost, they want to see the Amy Jo Johnsons, and they want to get the same thing out of the Baywatch movie. Although it remains to be seen and confirmed if we will see cameos, you can pretty much say with 100% certainty and confidence that we will see that from this one. And the question also is being put out there, what kind of numbers will this one produce when it's first released on Memorial Day? I see the numbers being significantly high because of a lot of doubt in the minds of a lot of people. A lot of reviewers, a lot of critics are going to go out to see this movie and make it a point to do so. And then shortly after the premiere on Memorial Day in 2017, by early 17, we are going to see a lot of reviews showing up online. And I'm hoping this one's going to be given the benefit of the doubt because it is the first time they are going to attempt to turn Baywatch into a movie. A lot of people are skeptical on the cast selections here. We have Dwayne Johnson, we have Zac Efron. But after such a successful year coming from Dwayne Johnson, one cannot argue that this movie will or will not be a success. You can pretty much say that it will be. Dwayne Johnson just appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He just got off the cover of the People magazine after being chosen as the sexiest man alive. $64.5 million taken in by him, one of the most highly paid actors of 2016. Of course, the Fast and the Furious